So good evening, everyone. Yeah, so let me take up my mark. Too easy to talking with you. Welcome back to Mahapajapati Buddhist College live stream on Facebook every Tuesday. And welcome back and welcome you to join with our live today with a special topic. Have you seen us? Yeah, wearing the mark. And before we start the live stream, you have listening one of the song from two of the speakers today. And a special topic today, they would like to sharing about the way to adapt for the new normal life in the COVID-19 pandemic. So we are on air now. Welcome everyone to join. I am the special for Master of Ceremony and this tonight. I am Chen Wing. Yeah. So it's an honor to be here to welcome two speakers coming and sharing the topic today. Please. Yeah. So thank you for your song. And now I think you can take up your mark, right? Let everyone to see your face because of COVID-19, where we go anywhere. So I think through a bit, I think everyone knows is right the mark and try to clean your hand. Yeah. So how are you today? Yeah. Good. We have to have a strong help and stay together to prevent the COVID-19, and we hope the new normal life will come back soon. And now is the time for you to introduce yourself and the topic today, please.
Yes, good evening everyone here. Yes. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Đinh Thắm and
I am Mai Mong. First, I want to say hi to you all, and to my teacher, Dr. Bin, and all my friends from my life, from life. We are together now here. We are going to talk about the way to adapt ourselves in new normal life. And here we are majoring in English for communication. Now this is our final year, and we got the chance to sharing. Is very great, and is necessary for you all to know this information.
yes, I think that everyone, we all know what is the COVID-19, and we know that is in this difficulty time.
Yes, just change the name, right? Correct.
We just made something because we want attention. Thanks for your suggestion. As I said that in this situation, this is a difficult time, and is the more challenges for us that we have to deal with COVID-19 during this pandemic. And first, I would like to remind you that what is COVID-19, and we all know that it originated in Wuhan, Chinese, and in the end of the 2019, and is also a kind of disease that caused by a new coronavirus. And this is a pandemic in Wuhan. It's the first country, and after that is also in Africa, the following country in Africa, because in Africa, Argentina is the largest country in Africa, and they are the most that travel to China in Wuhan, and for their business and for the traveling. That's why they are the second country that coronavirus appear in their country. And we know the effect of the coronavirus is affect on all age, even in old age or the child, and some people that they have the medical problem like high pressure, heart attacks, and lungs problem, and also diabetes, obesity, or some cancer, etc. They all, for this kind of people, they face more difficult than the normal people, and this they also have to face in their daily life is it's not easy, but we also have to find a way to adapt it. And for the symptom on the sign of the coronavirus that we can know, and maybe some sign that you know you can share about this, that everyone also know it.
Yeah, for the symptom, I think everyone know for the basic, and I will share. Today I will talk about the first wave, second wave, and third wave. The synonym is quite different. For the first wave of synonym COVID-19 is it's like similar with the cold, like episode drought and fever, dry coach, and sometimes your headache, and lots of take and more seriously there were shortage of bread, like this. COVID-19 affect on people in different way. So it doesn't mean that this all symptoms will happen to 100%, and it's depend on the people that affect on them, and they can know what happened to them, and they will know if this kind of symptom happened to them, they will know that it's COVID. For the second wave, it's quite similar.
Yeah.
It's quite similar with the first wave, and it's just not more serious, and it's quite more mild than the
It happened in
first wave.
only
Yeah.
short time.
Yes, and in the third time, it's quite strange that you may not have fever, and you just have dry mouth, or change the color of your tongues, and a rash on your skin, or discoloration on your toes or your leg. And you maybe some people will sleep disorder like that. This is quite different with the first wave and second wave in the COVID-19, and this is the symptom of the COVID-19. And I think you should tell more about how to protect it. This will be better than say about the symptom. And now I'm not affected COVID-19, so I want to know how to protect myself from the people who affect COVID-19.
Sure, I think all my friends they also know, but I'm not sure that they follow it all of the policy or not. For now, many countries they also have the policy like we have to stay social distancing and wearing masks all the time when you go out, and then avoiding the crowds and good hand hygiene. This is the 4 basics that we have to do, and we have to follow, and it's become the policy of some country, and it's the way to protect. And I think it's also easy if you trying to adapt it. It is not difficult for you. Just practice one by one, and this will become the new normal for you to stay with it. You will remind yourself every time you go out, you have to wear a mask, and after you buy something, you have to wash your hand by hand gel or something like this, and this will automatic remind you, because you do it day by day, and I think it's not quite difficult, and hope you all can follow this. And even we have the way to protect, however, we also have some people they also have the effect because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Like we have the global confirmed cases, and there are many people have died because of the COVID-19. Like 3,866,201 people have died because of the COVID, and for the people that confirmed cases, 178,491,809 people have confirmed cases, and that we have known they already in the case of the COVID-19. And however, after the COVID-19 pandemic, for the WHO, they also have the way and find how to end this virus. And many people also have they have full receipt the vaccine, as everyone knows this. Yes, for the COVID-19 we know that it's very smart virus, and because it can stay with us for a long time, and however we also have to stay with it to be adapt with the virus, we also need to ingest the vaccine, some candidates, and do you know some vaccine that you can share about some vaccine?
Yes, it's a COVID-19 vaccine. You will heard that about vaccine, and every vaccine will be safe and effective, built to save and to end the COVID-19. Before it's available for the public, it's all test first safety and effective before they announce and can use in citizen or people. Vaccine is for the citizen. They also think what is the best for them and they ingest, and not about the order of the government, and they ingest. They think that what kind of vaccine will be best for them, and they wait and they ingest. Vaccine, there are different types of vaccine, and there are 4 types of vaccine: whole virus, protein, subnode, and viral, beta, and nucleic acid. This is a kind of vaccine in 2021, and almost all people in some country can ingest because of the government can manage well, and they can buy from the other countries, and they have enough budget to buy from the government. And however, there is only 21.5% of all population have received the vaccine because the government still worry about the effectiveness of vaccine, or some people they don't want to use vaccine because it's affect after they vaccinate with that. And in 21.5% of population, in that 0.8% of low income can get vaccine, and that's very bad for the low income that they can get vaccine. Can you talk about after you get vaccine, what kind of effect that we can get, or you can talk more about it?
Yes, I think there are various kind of vaccine that we can get, and yes, like but for the common one, they just announce for 4 kind of vaccine, and however for people we stay concerned about the vaccine, which one is good for us and which one we use to choose, and this is why even have various kind of vaccine. Maybe sometimes we don't know it, and we just know one side and we want to choose it, and this is then make us stay waiting for doing vaccine. And for the fall, yes, for this,
yes, we will talk more about some side effects that after get vaccinated, and there are common effects that around that we shoot the vaccine is very cold, it's very have redness, swelling, or pain on that. For the rest of body, we will get some tiredness and headache, muscle pain, and fever. We will get something like that. But the serious disease is quite not help after the getting vaccinated, because some people that they cannot adjust with the medicine that they are injured.
Yeah. So at the beginning until now, I got a lot of information about you introduced about the COVID-19.
yes.
Yeah, and I think you feel so interesting to get the vaccine by COVID-19, and you introduce some of the name of vaccine. But I wonder that have you injected vaccine COVID-19 yet?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
we're waiting. And this is why we are not Thai senior citizen we have momentum.
we have to
That is, so I heard you tell me some impression after we injected. So I thought, oh wow, you already injected? I haven't yet, right?
Yes.
So I need to come back with our topic today. You at the beginning you tell the name, it means the way the COVID-19 it means at first it come from and now they're spreading all the world. And we know it. So the way we prevent it depends on the country. Every country they have their own methods, right? The way to protect their citizens and the effect of COVID-19. I think everyone knows it. I'm so scared whenever I'm going out. And it's very normal. You know, last week I really want to go to Bangkok, but I have some friends. I would like to meet them, but I have to thank you for COVID-19. Still keep me here, right? Stay safe. I mean, not only me. Whenever I care myself, but at least I have to care about the community, right? The community. We not only save ourselves, but we save other people. And in fact, we scared. So for the topic today, we would like to listening from your own experience, right? Or some fun story, at least, right, about the COVID-19 you coming. And I know that you are a student in the Mahavajavati Buddhist College. At least 2 summer you haven't go back your home, right? I know you come from Myanmar and you stay here. At least we want to say that we get stuck here. We can't go home. Me also, from Vietnam. And so I miss home so much. How about you? And they say some story to us about the COVID-19 impact to your lives and the way you adapt it.
Yeah, because of COVID, I cannot go back home, and even I miss home, I cannot go back. And even I want to travel, I cannot travel. And even I want to go outside and buy to eat snack or some street food, I cannot go out. It's very bad for me, and first time I feel very bold and I cannot adapt with this kind of situation because it's very bad, and I just have to live in dormitory and cannot go outside. As a youth, I want to go and travel everywhere that I imagine that to go. And after I finish my scan year, I plan to go back home, but I cannot go back. Even I have booked the airplane ticket and I cannot go back. At the time, I also think that I cannot get back money from the air ticket, and I broke too at the time, and I feel so bad with that. And even I have friends I cannot contact with them because my friend they live in my town, and sometimes they cannot get internet, and I feel so worried with them. And even in my education, I just have to learn in online class.
So at the simple tonight, right, we taking this in online and live on Facebook. And at least I think a lot of your friends, your family also want it. You have something to tell them, right? Let's say, and
Just meet them.
Yeah, sure. And can come, yeah?
Yes, for me also not quite different from my friend because we are learning abroad now, and we plan, even we finish our semester, we also plan to go back. Yes, when we don't know that the COVID-19 is already the pandemic in Thailand or around the Thailand, and we just plan to go back, but we cannot, and we have to stay here for the summer, and even finish the summer, we still cannot go back. And even we have finished another year, still cannot go back, and already 2 summers and almost 2 years. This is because of the COVID-19 forced us to adapt and change our new normal life. And we also know that it's difficult and more challenging for us to deal with it. But however, we have to deal with it because we don't know that when can the pandemic end. This is why I want to say from all of my friends, even here or another place, just trying to adapt with the new normal life that we have to deal with it, even we don't like or like it. For the student, we know that almost in this year we have to learn by online, and sometimes maybe it's not 100% effective in our learning. However, we have to trying to participate and trying to adapt with the 21st century, we can say 21st century learning technique, yes. And it's also the challenge for student in the student part, yes.
Yes, I think that in 21st century, 2012 and 2021, this is a worst year for us because we cannot go outside and as we plan, we have to go out our friend. And I think some family, they are facing their problem, like even some family, they cannot work and they have to work from home. And some people were locked down in order to take responsibility for themselves and to the society. And some also will have to get quarantined before they go back home. And it quite use a lot of money for that. And we have to, for some children, they are lots of chance to learn because of COVID-19 pandemic. They have to out of school because of COVID. Like about 1 billion children that cannot attend the class, and the raising child poverty is quite higher than before because of COVID-19. And I think COVID-19 is very horrible for all children and all people. Yeah.
Yes, as we know, in this during COVID-19 pandemic, even we have the online and we can learn anything by online. But for some kids that they don't have the internet or some like computer or something like that, they cannot even learn it, and they just have to stay at home. And for some children, if they are lucky, maybe their parents can lead them and teach them. But some of students or some of children, they cannot. For example, like Myanmar, the internet is not enough for everyone, and they also have to stay at home only, and that can make the children become lazy, or they also will think that their life is they may think about something more than education after they have to leave the school. This is why it's also the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, and in this in the children part also we can say that coronavirus harm them as well. Yes.
Yes. I would like to talk about some serious case because of COVID pandemic. Like it make people live alone in our dormitory, in our room. It's make us get stressed, or some people will get suicide because they live in dormitory too long for them. And you think how many people get suicide in this year? Can you talk about?
Yes, I have said that. I know that many people that because of the COVID-19 and they get stressed, they became the stressor and they suicide. Around 8,000 people they have suicide in this 2020. This almost happened in the Australia and Canada and New Zealand because before they used to get the high income, but for now they may get the low income or no work and no income. That's why they suicide, and maybe they feel very stressed about this. Need to stay at home and nowhere to go, nothing to do, and no friends to talk like that, and they suicide. And they also have point out that 1% every 40 seconds that they suicide in this 2020, not this in 2020, but not sure for 2021 because the percentage have not updated yet. So many people that they suicide themselves. This is almost adult and young. The average of their age is around between the 15 and 29. Yes, we can say that it's the economic because of the business. They all are business and students. Yes, that they suicide. Almost all suicide people. Yes.
Yeah, it's very serious case that happen in our world right now, and I think we also have to make ourselves to adapt this kind of situation bad, and we just don't need to follow the negative thought and negative way that we are going to, and it will make us get negative effect. I think we have to get some positive thinking and positive way for make our life better. Even we cannot get the income as before, we have to mind, we have to climb down ourselves. We have to think about it. It will be better one day. This kind of bad day it will not live with us forever, and we have to adjust ourselves. Even it's a challenge, but we have to adjust and we have to change. We have to change our thought instead of just blaming that's the problem, this problem, and we just have to change our in positive way, right? We have to accept the situation and give yourself time to receive new information. That make us like we will talk with people in online. It doesn't social distancing. It doesn't mean that we didn't connect each other, and we still have internet for us to talk with mom and to talk with the other and our family. And I see some kids, some people they can play guitar and they will sing a song and they will make them flash like 12 us. We like singing. It's make us fresh.
I have heard your song at the beginning, right? You made a mark and playing the guitar and singing it. This is the way I saw you as me adapt yourself, right? To change and you still happy even though you were in your mark. But in the melody of song also bring the happy for you and for the people hearing it. So can you tell us about a little the meaning of song today you sharing?
Okay, today's song topic is move on. Like we move on, we cannot we cannot give everything to my loves, and we have to change ourselves, and we have to let them go and we move on like this, and we have to move on as in this situation like this. We have to going moving.
So this I heard funny, right? Funny, the melody song of this.
Yeah,
So,
จากนี้ให้อวยพรให้ฝันดี I wish for you to get good night and sweet dream.
yeah, because our life still continue, right? Even though we have to adapt for new normal life. COVID-19, I think, still stay somewhere, right? Somewhere around you. So we have to avoid it. So at least for you today, you are student and because of COVID-19 afraid, you have to learning online. Did you have any funny story when you taking the online class and you say
Sure. That is the first experience for us how to try to do it. Before maybe we may use online to make a video call or learning by YouTube. But now we have to do the meeting by Zoom or learning by Zoom. And for the beginning, we also have, for example, in the beginning of the learning online class, when we join the online and the teacher and the student and everyone, we just introduce and some candidates, and we don't, it's difficult and we don't know how to adapt it, and it became the funny storyline when the teacher use the Zoom, because the Zoom have the limit time, and after the time gone, the teachers they don't know that the time is gone, and all of the students already out of the Zoom, and only the students, only the teachers they explain everything about the lesson, and one our student asked for the new link, and the teacher got surprised that it means that I talk alone and I explain to no one, right? And yes, for all of students, they already out of the meeting. This is the first time, and we can say that even it's a difficulty, is also became the funny story for us by trying to adapting the new normal life in our learning online years.
yeah, so about the report.
Yes, for me, I think learning online is so boring, and self-discipline is very important in this kind of learning because we are free behind online learning. And for me, I used to sleep while I'm learning, and I just sleep, and I open camera to somewhere and I sleep, and I listen, but I don't understand anything, and I sleep, and I get bored and I sleep. I think it's funny. Sometimes I am hungry and I cook while I'm learning. I eat when I'm learning. Yes, I think self-discipline is very important learning online. And
Yes, it's maybe for the first time we do like this, and because we cannot adapt with the online learning, and after that we have to think ourselves that if we do like this, we cannot go on. That's why we have to change ourselves and try to participate with the online class as we can, and try to open the camera and ask the question and listen to the teacher. And this is the way that we have to do, because the teacher, every teacher, they also will use the online class to take class with us, and we have to change ourselves with and deal with the situation. Yes.
Yeah.
How about your teacher? And you teaching online? how is your response of your student?
Thank you for your funny story. So at least I have to remind all the teacher, at least me too, the way when you adapt in the new normal life, in the COVID-19 pandemic, right? Even though you're teaching online, you want to take care of your students well. Before you love them how much, and today you have to double love them and take care of them well. All the way we have to change, right, the way to how to make the student interesting with the learning online. Yeah, make them don't running away from it, right? So yeah, still come back with the COVID-19. I have to say a little about my own experience, Not far from Indian church, I think last month, I come back this college from Bangkok, Red Road. So come here, automatic, I know, I'm so scared I got the COVID-19, so I will infect two students here. So I took, 14 days on my room only. So I have to say that every day students, they brought the food to me. At the beginning, I feel so boring, all the time on my hand, I just check my phone, YouTube, every video on the YouTube I watch it, and I turn to the Facebook, watch the movie there, and talk with a friend. But time it didn't run. Still there, so I still get stuck in my room. So, at least I try to contact with some of my friends, but they were busy and no one listening me. I stay alone. I least 3 days later, and I feel I have to tell myself that, I have to change my behavior, change my thought that COVID-19 not run away. I have to fighting with it. I did fighting with my lonely 14 days in a small room in the forest. How you feel is right. So, and after that I practiced, and student, 2 weeks later, student come, they told me, teacher, you can going out now. We're free. So I still feel, it sounds so fast, At the beginning I feel boring, but after finish it means I adapt myself that, okay, I will be fine. So at least I'm fine until student coming to advise me, teacher, you can going out now. They're free to go out, at least in the Royal College. So it means, as you say, that you have to automatic change, right? Stay in the positive in your thoughts, right? And positive, it means the way you automatic, you run yourself safe and everyone safe is, at least, right? Every day you say that I love you, I love you. COVID-19 is the time for you adapt yourself and love you and love everyone. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what about you? Any story else you would like to say?
Maybe no more story.
No.
Yes, I want to say that for the another part, we have talked more about the student and teacher part that they have the online class and how they try to adapt their daily life with the online class. And for the another class is for the businessman or the person who work. They have to stay at home and just do nothing, and for someone it's okay to do it online, but for many of the labor they cannot do it. They will feel bored and feel stressed. In fact, I want to suggest you that be flexible and be patient with the situation and trying to be the open mind person and accept the situation. Allow yourself, give yourself time to adapt with the situation. Don't force yourself too much and focus on what you can do, not what you can. You may think that I cannot go for my work and no income. You may stress, but during you stay at home, you can stay at home. You can stay at home and like cook for your family and plant some trees that can make a good environment for your house. And this is a good way that make your mind fresh and is the time that you relax and give more time to your family and like teach your children, teach everyone in your house. You have more time to talk with them and just focus on this and the thing that you can do, because in this situation you cannot do your before work. Trying to set the new routine. Maybe before you may wake up at 7 and have lunch then, or have dinner, have breakfast then go to work at night. But now you can set a new routine, like get up at 7 and cook for your family and have breakfast together and then do something, change your new daily life, the lifestyle of your routine in every day, and this will become happy. And you may think that the COVID-19 doesn't force you. Yes. You can share something, maybe another part.
No. I think we still have hope, and this is very good for us. We know that vaccine is coming, and
That's a good news, right?
I believe the situation will be better, because even we are more people at the World Health Organization, they are trying to mature and the best vaccine for us. Now it's almost people can get vaccine, and it's hope for us, and believe it will be better in the situation or in work, in learning and every world. We believe it will be better, and now we have to stay in positive thinking. Even we are in bad situation, we have to have positive thinking. It's very important for us, and we have to adjust ourselves and change mindset for us to be positive and will be better. And vaccine is our hope. Before you get vaccinated, I want to suggest that you have to study about it well before you get vaccinated, because it's very important and it's quite have side effect for us. Without studying, we go and get vaccinated. It's very dangerous. We have to study well, and you have to know yourself well, what kind of people you are and what kind of disease you are having, and you have to know yourself well and study well about vaccine before you get injured.
Yeah, thank you for your sharing. Others, he said that depending on your situation, you can adapt yourself, right? I think you have learned everything when the COVID-19. I think COVID-19, if you stay in the positive side, you can take that it's a time for you refresh, time for you love your family much, right? Time for you talk much to your friend. You never have time to talk with them. Work at home, right? And love at home and sending the love to everyone too. And after we working in the dark time. And tomorrow sun will still mean dry up, right? After COVID, it means the vaccine is been coming, and now everyone on the world. After I think in the Thai day, the president he said that Thailand will reopen again after 120 days. After that, so after I heard that, I feel so exciting. It means the way I just feel I'm free, right? And I can go home. So I think it's a very time now. I think over 30 minutes at the beginning you said in the COVID-19, and the time for asking a lot of comments, right? They would like to ask some questions and would like you sharing more about that. Even though you already said everything about the funny story, your own experience about COVID-19, right, affected your life and the way you adapt it. how to live with it, right? How you can love the COVID-19. So the time I will take for her will immediate the question and ask you this.
Okay, hello everyone. Actually, this is not my name. Okay, my name is not. I'm Welcome, and I'm here to help you all to ask questions and your comments to my friends. So the first question is in Shan language. Yuan Covid say long So I think this one is about. He asked your education. How is your education situation? I think this one you have shared us already. Yeah, right. So is this okay with you other questions? Yeah, next question.
I think we can speak in Shan because
For me,
because he asked in our language and you could share in our language.
I think that's
good. He wants to know well, and we can share in our language.
Maybe Mui Pong or King Come you share in Shan and another one help to translate into English. Is this okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
เรื่องโควิดสิ่งนี้ลองการที่เป็นฟัง
do Covid-19 này càng hết hơn về phòng này ha. Có Covid này họ có lấy lên online đó là nó họ còn trang thông báo số này có Covid để còn trang nằm trong cái mình cô bọc này họ để bên hong hiên để được ha bọc này cái có Covid đấy họ có lấy hết online ở trong một tuần là nâng thơm bọc tuần này ha có Covidนั่นค่ะเนาะอันนี้มันการเห็นได้ก็มันก็มีลองข่าวดังหนังก็เลยเห็นออนไลน์มันจะว่าเขาจังทำมันเขาเคยทำไปดีๆอย่าบอกว่าอินเทอร์เน็ตก็มันบอกโอเคเนี่ยมันเห็นเขาจังเห็นดีๆอะไรเหมือนกูบอกนั่นค่ะเนาะเดี๋ยวก็มันจะว่าการ activity สิลองอันเขาหลุดเลยที่ตั้งดอกเนี่ยลองจะได้เขาเลยขึ้นยังเป็นว่าที่มันเขาหลุดการเห็นเร็วที่ตั้งดอกที่ไหนการที่ตั้งดอกที่ไหนเขาจังกว่าเห็นที่ไหนคะมันว่า
Yes, I will try to translate what she have said. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic and what the effect on our online learning education, and as I said before, this is the challenges and the difficulties and the weak point in the student. We cannot get the full information from the teacher from the beginning time, and for the outside class learning like activity, we cannot go out and do some activity that we have to do in the before is the schedule, including the schedule and is the normal for the student have to do, and we cannot do it, and it's also have the effective on the activity and some online learning that we cannot get the information fully. Yes.
Okay, so thank you for your answer. And someone comments your smile is very looking good. So I think you smile more because they were happy and happy.
Yes.
And there are 2 or 3 similar questions about mental and emotion. Yeah, so they asked that can you share how do you overcome your fear and take charge of your mental health? And someone may ask about emotion. How do you control during COVID-19?
For me, I live with my friends, and sometimes I feel bad to live in a dormitory, and sometimes I will think in a negative way, and my friend will say that even you are in negative way, you can do anything, and just study and just improve yourself in writing, in reading, in speaking, and whatever you want, you have to do that instead of blaming in this kind of situation like this. And she's my friend that always teach me to be in positive way.
Great. How about Kinka?
Yes, for me, I think during the COVID-19 pandemic, I think it's a good opportunity for me to learn many things and by online, and I am trying to set a new routine as well for me. In my free time, I will do something like share some knowledge that I have or learn something from the online, and I have full time full time for my job, and this is why no more time to think about the COVID and no more time to stress and just do my things and sleep and eat, and I can overcome it. I think it is a good chance for us to improve ourselves as well in everything that you want to do it, not just only for the learning the language, yes, everything you want. For someone, maybe they want to be a cook, a good cook. In this time, they can learn by YouTube that how to cook this one, and they can become a good cook. And you also can see it, and there are many people that they have success during 19 COVID pandemic as well.
Okay, so thank you for the sharing. They said during this time you can try to make friends, talking with friends,
yes.
or you can do your hobby or make yourself busy.
Yes, so busy.
Okay, so another question is about Myanmar. They said, can you explain about the situation of COVID-19 in Myanmar? And they also asked, as the situation in Myanmar, how the citizens in Myanmar take care of themselves to avoid from COVID-19 to prevent.
Yes, for the situation in Myanmar is we can say that it's quite sad, and because the situation currently the government cannot take care about the COVID, and we for the citizen also they don't know where is the COVID-19, and just trying to do the system and just trying to do the protest. This is why the about the COVID-19 in Myanmar and is around 4 or 5 months already. There's nothing update, and but in last week and this coming week, the people that had infected with the COVID-19 also missing, and in Shan State for some part it also is the challenges for them, and some people already infected the virus. Yes.
Okay, so thank you for sharing. Another question is about vaccination. Yeah, so they asked, how do you think about vaccination? And if you have a chance to inject the vaccine, so what kind of vaccine you want, and what kind of vaccine that you want to recommend them to choose the best one?
For me, I think vaccine is depend on you what kind of vaccine you want to vaccinate. And for me, I think I still learning about vaccine, and I don't want it just vaccinate immediately, because I need to study well about it, and now I don't have enough information about the vaccine, so I decided not to vaccinate around this month, and I will study well, and I cannot give you answer right now what kind of vaccine I will vaccinate. How about you? What kind of vaccine you want, and what is your recommend for the other?
Yes, I just want to suggest you that as my friend shared that every kind of vaccine already test and safety for the WHO, because it is safety for you, and they public it, and if you believe it is, I think you can use it and in any kind of vaccine. For me, and I decided to do it, but not now, and need to wait for the time, and as my friend said, have to learn about it more, and wait to see what kind of energy is enough for me for this time to enjoy it. Yes.
Okay, so thank you for sharing. So if you want to try vaccine, maybe you can check your health or talk with the doctor, before you choose one. Yeah, and another question is asking about, she said, I know the girl who loves shopping, eating. So in this COVID-19 spreading time, how do you change your habits that you like shopping?
Shopping still help online shopping. It doesn't mean that you go at the mall and shopping. You can check your mobile phone and watch whatever you like, and you can click order, and the delivery will send at home. It's very easy for you.
Just lay down and shopping. Yes, it's easy for you to shopping.
Yes, it still have food panda. Grab that can send your food, and you at home you can order whatever you want, and you and this is just better than and going out shopping and eating outside like that. It's just a weird time. Now it's very easy for us to get food easily and to go to shopping online.
Yeah, that's true. So at this time, you have to download some application or follow some page and order food, or you can shopping through online.
Yes, I also feel that maybe before some people they never shopping, but in this situation they may shop more than before, and they have that their budget have gone by shopping more.
I think it's true. It's true. And we never order things or food before in online. Now we have to use this because we have to adapt ourselves, adjust ourselves, and we also it means that we also take responsibility for the people and for people around us and the society, and that is our way.
Our way to shopping.
Okay, so thank you for sharing. So in this situation, maybe some people will just suggest they will use more their phone or computer on studying, on shopping, or something playing game. So, do you have any suggestion for us to protect our eyes? This is a question from the comments.
You see, I use a lot of phone, and now I have to wear glasses. And before I never think that I will have to wear glasses because of COVID-19. And I use a lot of phone, and now I have to wear glasses. I think you can manage well.
Yes, I didn't have the problem with this. When I use the laptop, I don't do like this, and I just stay away from it and use. And some in your work time, you can use it with the right way. And for the another time, you can go out and see some green color and go for walking around your house or your place, and trying to in the time that you don't have to work, just trying to stay away from the computer or phone and talk with your friend and trying to cook some for eating, and this is the way to away from the computer, and this can protect your eye as well.
For me, I still think that it's your self-management. It's very important when you think that your eye cannot resist it. You have to take a rest for a while, and you can take a bath and do exercise. That's very important. It doesn't mean that. And during COVID-19 pandemic, you have to look at the phone all the time and in front of the phone all the time. And it's necessary for you, and this is your self-management for about it.
Okay, so thank you. So during COVID-19 pandemic, so you do have to study some of your self-management in order to manage without wearing glasses. Okay, so there is one more question. She asked, can you share if you know you got COVID-19, how you will give emotion to yourself? I think she means that if you got COVID-19, how do you manage your emotion? If you got COVID-19, just imagine.
Yes, I will imagine first that I got affected of COVID-19. I think the first day or second day, I think I cannot receive that I'm affected COVID-19. And I will talk with my family, my friends, that they can give me some energy and some encouragement. Because I think it's not a kind of serious disease, and it can treat by the time. It just needs time, and I will manage myself in positive thinking, and I will try to think in positive way, and I will talk with the people, and I will video call to my boyfriend, and I will talk with my family and my best friend. How about you?
Yes, for me, instead I have got the COVID-19, I may think that it's a good, no, it's a good time for me to stay alone and do something that I like. Maybe something we cannot do when we stay with others. And for me, I think that it's a good time for me. I play the guitar and sing a song, and because there is no one to annoy me, and this is the one point that I get, and I think it's the energy. And the second, I believe on myself that I'm strong enough to fight with the COVID-19. Yes, and for the third one is I may give the energy to myself that not just only me. There are many people that they have got the COVID-19, and there are many people that they have treatment, and they are feeling well now, and not just one or two people have got COVID-19. There's a millions of people got it, and if you believe in yourself, everything will happen that you think. Yes.
Okay, so thank you. So there are two kinds of people from our speaker. One is trying to motivate yourself from the friends or people around us. And another one is we have to motivate ourselves by doing what we like to do, right? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So there is no more questions, so I give the time to our teacher.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of questions, but our time limited. Yeah. So this some of the question related is you can go from Nepal, right? They also, the topic we talk about today is in a way to adapt for the new normal life in the COVID-19 pandemic. So as the two speakers have sharing is, I think, yeah, we laugh, right? And we learn a lot from them, their own experience. So I just sort conclude that some of the quotes I got from the internet. I mean, the way when I see is, if you want the rainbow, right? You know, the rainbow, a way up here is been coming after the rain. So if the way I see is, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. It means you have to throw, right? You have to come deep in the rain. You can see you can got the rainbow. So the COVID-19 coming here means the way to teach us, right? And I see for women living on the world, we unite together strongly, be companion, right? Fighting with it. Not everyone, right? Not each person can fighting it, but we unite and companion working, right? Find a way to adapt it. It means the vaccine. So at least before vaccine coming, we still stay in the positive, right? Find a way we can prevent it. Yeah. Keep the distance society, or we can drop down and stay at home, working at home, and students you learning online. So we will come back soon. Our normal life will come back soon. At least. So thank you for everyone tonight. You watching our topic sharing about the COVID-19 and the way to adapt it. So I hope the song my two speakers have sharing this. After listening, watching our live stream tonight, you will feel better, you will happy, but at least you have the short time, have the fun with us. And good night, everyone. Funny Naka. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
for the final message that I want to give as a present to everyone, that social distancing doesn't mean that social disconnecting. And trying to celebrate anything that put a smile on your face, then don't waste your time to bring others that can stop you to move on. That's why we sing the move on for you, and thank you. Move on, move on.